What's up guys, it's your boy here, Jersey Flex, back with another great video. Make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button. I promise it'll make you 10 times more handsome and make your balls drop even more. As you guys could tell by the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about SUPERDROL. Very classic golden era steroid. I kind of want to go into some of the dosaging, some of the effects you guys can expect, how long to run this compound for. That's very important because it's a very toxic one. Before we get into the nitty-gritty detail of SUPERDROL, I'm going to ask that you guys go check that link down in the description below. I've partnered with Vintage Muscle. We are selling quality pro hormones that are legal steroid and legal anabolic compounds that you guys can purchase to get steroid-like gains. So, and if you guys hear any noise in the background, just duly note that there is a current hurricane. So we're gonna roll that intro and get this video going. Boom!
Maybe it's a new beginning, maybe it's the start of where it ends. I know there's no going back, and I'm loving the chase.
What's up guys? As you guys saw from the intro of the video, I'm not a medical professional. In no way, shape, or form am I a doctor, and this video is not intended for medical advice whatsoever. I wear a gold chain, not a stethoscope. Don't listen to anything I say in terms of medical advice. If I talk about SARMs, use that to test on your rodents. If I talk about steroids, use this for educational purposes only. Do not take any of the stuff I say as clinical advice. Please seek the attention of an actual doctor. So, I gotta kind of be quick with this video because the power might go out at any given moment, being that I'm in a hurricane. So, let's discuss SUPERDROL. So, SUPERDROL, you can kind of consider it as a methylated version of Methasterone. It's very similar in that respect in the chemical makeup of it. And to give some of the background on the history of it, it actually was not part of the list of original banned substances back in 91, 92 when they were banning steroids. So believe it or not, it was actually sold legally in supplement stores still well after the banning of anabolic steroids as a pro hormone. So that being said, it was found pretty widely in supplement stores, and there's a wide range of supplies still left over from the powders that were made back in that day. But one thing that I really want to cover big time in this is the incredible strength gains that can come from SUPERDROL. SUPERDROL will basically help you break any plateau that you reach. Let's say you're been training in the gym for about 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it may be, and your bench press is 315 max, and you've been stuck at that plateau for about 6 months, and you're trying to get up past 350. You'll take 2 weeks on SUPERDROL and you'll blow right through that. I think there's nothing out there that's comparable to the strength gains that can be achieved with SUPERDROL. SUPERDROL will definitely put the icing on the cake, and it's also very comparable in terms of gains that you can make the same way that Trenbolone is. If you consume suffice amounts of calories while on SUPERDROL, it's very similar to that of Trenbolone, that the diet is going to dictate the results that you get. But it's a lot more instant than Tren. It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you'll notice huge differences. But that kind of brings me into the next part of the discussion on SUPERDROL that I want to cover, is how long should you take it? Okay, so anybody that's partaken in SUPERDROL and is just watching this video for entertainment or to enhance their knowledge, you guys will already know that more than 2 weeks on SUPERDROL is a bumpy ride. So I don't recommend more than 3 to 4 weeks. Typically 1 to 2 weeks, but you don't really notice the peak of it at 2 weeks. So for me personally, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, and dosage wise, 20 milligrams a day. And this is such a toxic ass steroid that, you know, making the jump from 20 milligrams to 30 milligrams, you'll really feel it. And if you're crazy enough to do 40 milligrams, you're basically playing with your life, because it's that toxic. Your liver enzymes will spike like crazy, so it's something to keep in mind. You know, it's just not something, I wouldn't even fuck with having like a beer with your friends and things like that. I would just stay away from anything that can increase your liver values aside from just taking the plain SUPERDROL, because it's that toxic, okay? Even like an aspirin, eating like, try to eat as clean as you possibly can. Just don't do it. Just don't take anything that can compromise your liver values alongside with SUPERDROL. So another thing too is it's so aggressive, such an aggressive compound, that I don't even really highly recommend stacking it with anything else. You know, let's say like testosterone, for instance. I would keep it at TRT level doses, 150, 200 milligrams a week of your standard testosterone. If you're a guy that likes to blast and cruise, that's okay. But, you know, taking it with Tren and SUPERDROL and other, oh no, I would just not do it. It's just not worth it. So keep it real simple when you do it. You can expect a lot from SUPERDROL. It's a really powerful thing, and I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck. It's about $50, $60 for a solid amount of pills that you'd get on SUPERDROL. So definitely something to consider wallet-wise. It's very wallet-friendly. And they do actually, believe it or not, make an injectable version of it, but it's more commonly used in the oral. So, you know, what more could I say? As well as you're gonna get prolactin spikes. So it's possible that you might lactate a little bit, which could freak out some of the newbie guys out there, some of the non-experienced juicers, roid heads, meat heads, juice cakes, whatever you want to call yourselves. If you guys take it and experience some form of lactation in your nipples, it's gonna kind of freak you out. But for guys that are more experienced with the sauce, you know, it ain't shit. I mean, that kind of stuff is pretty normal. It's just a spike in your hormones, really, to be honest with you, but it could freak a newbie guy out. So I do have to mention that in this video. So yeah, just be very careful. Make sure you guys get your blood works done. Make sure you take your N2 guards, your liver, keep that in check. Drink plenty of water to help flush everything out. But it's a really great compound, and a lot of guys out there, they kind of undermine how powerful it could be in the gym, just because it got used or viewed as a pro-hormone back in the day. It was really one of those designer type of drugs that Syntax designed. It was the company that made it originally. And, you know, with the banning of steroids, the SUPERDROL wasn't banned, because when the government does something like that, where they're willing to take away people's freedoms over a specific compound, they really have to be specific down to the very last molecule of what they're banning, because you're taking away someone's freedoms. You're calling something a criminal banned substance. You can't just, you know, arrest somebody because something's a steroid, but it wasn't specified specifically what was made illegal. You know, they got to be down to the last molecule when they make compounds illegal. That's why SUPERDROL kind of stuck around for a little bit until they eventually cracked down on it. So, you know, and as far as cutting goes, I wouldn't really waste SUPERDROL on cutting, just because it's so toxic. You can get the same type of cutting effects from other steroids that are not as harsh on your body. What I would use SUPERDROL for is to just take advantage of the sheer power that it gives you, to make those strength gains and move up and level up in the gym. That's really what I would use it for. I wouldn't really fuck with it just to get shredded. I'd just do more cardio, clean up the diet, and maybe go on some lighter cutting steroids that would help with that. Not SUPERDROL. SUPERDROL is, like I said, if you plateaued in the gym and you want to take things to the next level. And let's kind of recap. So, extremely liver toxic. Don't run it longer than 2 to 3 weeks. 4 weeks being the maximum. 20 milligrams a day is pretty respectful dose. Some guys will push 30 and 40, but you'll feel like you're on the brink of death. Don't run any other compounds with it besides testosterone as a base at TRT type levels, and that's pretty much it. But you're gonna really fuck up your sleep. Keep that in mind. It's not gonna let you sleep well. It's gonna really screw with a lot of stuff. So it's not something you even want to run longer than 3 to 4 weeks. It's really not. So keep that in mind. I hope this video was educational. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I love you guys, and we're gonna roll that outro. I'll see you guys in the next one.